I've always said, why didn't the National Enquirer get the Pulitzer Prize?
Why didn't the National Enquirer get the Pulitzer Prize for breaking the big news that Ted Cruz's dad killed JFK? I mean, that really was you have to admit that's a scoop. Look, world exclusive investigation. It's not even like somebody on another continent also had that. Just the Enquirer. Yeah. That, of course, came right after the National Enquirer's big scoop that Hillary Clinton had been caught on camera having gay romp at Seedy Motel. Seedy romp caught on camera at this motel. That was right around the same time they reported on Hillary Clinton's secret hitman. Hillary Hitman. They also broke the news that Hillary Clinton was hooked on narcotics. She's on drugs. And they broke the news of Donald Trump getting revenge on Hillary and her evil puppets. It says Muslim Obama, Little Bloomberg, Weird Kaine, meaning Tim Kaine, right? Mob connections, shady billion-dollar deals, gay double life. Boy, that really does sound like Pulitzer material. That was also right around the time they broke the big news of Hillary Clinton's 10 deadly secrets that every American must know. Her 10 deadly secrets. Jail Clinton now. Donald Trump says, give them the Pulitzer Prize. Of course they should. That was what a publication called the National Enquirer gave Donald Trump during the 2016 election. Today, on day one of Trump's criminal trial in New York, in which he is accused of using his business records to cover up a payment that was made to influence the 2016 election, prosecutors asked the judge if they could introduce evidence related to Trump's arrangement with the National Enquirer during that campaign. An arrangement that didn't just produce the kind of quality, Pulitzer contender journalism I just showed you. Prosecutors today described the arrangement between Trump and the National Enquirer in 2016 as an unlawful conspiracy to influence a United States election. Judge Marchand ruled today that he will allow the introduction of that evidence about the scheme that Donald Trump cooked up with the National Enquirer of all places. As a legal matter, how does that narrative help the prosecution win their case? Why is that legally relevant? Joining us now is someone who was in the courthouse today, someone who did win a Pulitzer Prize for her coverage of Donald Trump's business record and financial scandals. Let's bring in Suzanne Craig, investigative reporter at the New York Times. Sue, thank you so much for being here. I know it's been a really long day.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me.
Prosecutors today got permission from Judge Marchand to present evidence at this trial about Donald Trump's relationship with the National Enquirer and how he worked with basically in coordination with the Enquirer during the 2016 campaign to boost his campaign. What is your sense of why this is important to the prosecution's case, and what is your sense of how important this evidence is toward potentially winning this case?
I thought it was really significant. It's hard to say in this what is going to be the most significant thing because it's going to depend on the testimony. But I thought this was significant because we're not now just going to learn the role that AMI had in a very narrow fact here. You know, the Stormy Daniels payment, the Karen Richardson payment, and the payment or the offered payment to the doorman. We're going to learn that Donald Trump and David Pecker went back years, and that during the 2000, and it could even be beyond the election in 2016, but that they had a agreement where David Pecker would do the catch and kill for stories with Donald Trump, stories that would never appear, the ones that we've heard a lot about, but also that he was somehow involved in stories that involved Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, Ben Carson, Hillary Clinton. I don't quite know where that list ends, but I think we're going to hear a lot more about that relationship. These guys have known each other for years. They both have very large estates down in Palm Beach and seem to go back a long time in terms of trading information that went right into the National Enquirer. Donald Trump, would help him out on stories, and they had a very mutually beneficial relationship for years. And I think that the jury is going to hear a lot about that.
Why is that not a story of biased press And instead, it's a story that prosecutors say was effectively an illegal conspiracy, a criminal conspiracy to influence the election. How does money make it a different thing than just a story about a weird tabloid?
Right, because you hear a lot about the National Enquirer buying stories, and we've sort of known that they do that, maybe not in as much detail. But David Pecker's actually paid a fine already to the Federal Election Commission because he paid the money to Karen McDougal, and it was a violation of laws about corporations interfering in an election. And in this case, Josh Steinglass, who's the lawyer for the DA, said today, and a quote here I've got, he said that there was a deal struck between AMI and the defendant to put their thumbs on the scale to control the flow of information that would reach the electorate. And that's what we're going to hear, and that's why he was pushing for all of this to get in, to really set the table for exactly what Donald Trump and David Pecker were doing. It wasn't just these few payments, it was a larger scheme. Yeah.
Suzanne Craig, Pulitzer Prize-winning investigative reporter at the New York Times. Suzanne, again, I know it's been a long day. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Hey, everyone. MSNBC has a new and improved app. You'll get real-time alerts and analysis, live blogs, in-depth essays, video highlights, and the best 2024 election coverage. Download the new MSNBC app. Here's how to do it. You tap on the App Store on your phone. You hit search on the bottom right corner. You type in MSNBC. You click on the MSNBC app. You click on Get or the cloud icon and enjoy it.